What is up, guys? Welcome to the video. So it seems like I have to install or set up my Nvidia Jetson Orin Nano using the SDK Manager method. So I tried using the micro SD, but I've been running into so many issues and it seems not to be working anyway. So to be honest, I tried to avoid using the SDK method because I've actually used it before on the AGX Orin, but it's kind of easier on the AGX Orin because the AGX Orin has like a reset button which is easier to press. But for this one, I have to use like a paper clip or like a pin to be able to do a reset on the Nano device. So, but it seems like the micro SD method is not working, so I have no choice but to use the SDK method. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to check my inventory again. So, according to the guide, what I need. So, first of all, for the SDK method, I need to install the SDK Manager, connect the target hardware, select software components to install, download on host PC, flash, and also boot and initial setup. So in order for me to be able to do this method, I need to have a host PC which is running on Ubuntu 22.04 or Ubuntu 20.04. So luckily enough, I have one. I have a system that is running on Ubuntu 22.04, which I'll be using. I already have the NVMe in the device, so I'm not going to be using what's it called? I'm not going to be using a macro SD anymore. I'm just going to go straight using the NVMe as the OS and as the storage as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is the initial setup using SDK Manager. I'm currently on my Linux system. So as you can see, is an alternative setup method using Nvidia SDK Manager to flash firmware and JetPack to your Jetson Orin Nano developer kit, including NVMe SSD installation support. So now we're not going to use the micro SD. We're just going to go directly to the NVMe. All right. So first step is if you like to go through it yourself, just go to Jetson AI Lab. This is the website, and I think it should be easy to find. Okay, so let's get started. Let's not waste any more time. So let's check my toolbox. So what do I have for my toolbox? I have a host PC. So I have a host PC here. I have the Ubuntu 22.04. That is what I'm using currently. For storage, I am using, you can say, either of the following: the micro SD card or the NVMe SSD. Remember, I mentioned that it's optional, but it's recommended. So I have the NVMe, which is recommended for better performance. Now, this can also be done using the micro SD. Don't get me wrong, you can use a micro SD. That's why it says either of the following. You can use a micro SD, 64 gig or bigger, or you can use an NVMe SSD. Reason is known that it is recommended for better performance. That's why I'm using the NVMe. But if you cannot get it, if you feel it's too expensive, you can just go for the micro SD 64 gig and just do some experiments and see how it feels for you. Also, flashing supply, USB cable. USB cable is USB-C cable, so that's the Type C, right? So I have a Type C. I think it's just the same thing like the what's it called, USB to type C. I should have it somewhere. What am I saying? I have it right here. No. Okay, even if I don't have it, I have something that I can use to connect the I have something like this, so I can just connect a USB to the back of it, and it can serve as my type C. But I'm pretty sure I have a type C. Let me just take a quick second and look for it. Okay, so there it is, this one. As you can see, the USB to C, type C, so USB-C plug. So I have this. If you have like a USB cable that is just like a, just say USB to USB, you can get something like this, and maybe this can help as well. But likely you get, I was lucky enough because I had this already when I got my AGX Orin. The Orin AGX. Yeah, I think it came with the device, so luckily I have this. Right, so I've got my DisplayPort cable. Is already connected to my USB. So DisplayPort cable that I already showed in my other video of where I was attempting micro SD. Well, just for the sake of a new video that I'm doing, sorry. So I'm just gonna show this. So this is the display ports, right? Display ports, and the other end is just a normal HDMI. So display port looks like this, which goes in here, right? And yeah, so I have that as well. So that is basically the thing. Yeah, okay, I forgot to mention the jumper pin. So I don't have a jumper pin, and I don't have a metal paper clip, so I'm going to attempt to use this thing. This thing for what's it called, like when you want to take out the SIM card from your phone. So I'm going to attempt to use this to do what I want to do with, or what I was supposed to do with the jumper pin or metal paper clip. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it. You see here the overall flow SDK Manager method. So start, install SDK Manager, connect target hardware, and the rest. So first things first, install SDK Manager. Alright, so from here they said we can check out this is the documentation, so download and install. So I'm just going to open this in another tab. Alright, yeah, so download SDK Manager from Nvidia developer. Let's just scroll down and see what is here. Okay, let's open this, and let's open this here. I'm pretty sure there's a way I can do it through the command line, but let's just do this first. Okay, so you see here, download and Nvidia SDK Manager 2.4.0. So Ubuntu, so I'm going to download the .deb because that is what I have. I'm not using an 64, I'm using times 86 underscore 64. Okay, so I'm just going to download this, and now I have to log in. Okay, so I logged in, or should I say I signed up, because I didn't have an Nvidia account. So I had to create an Nvidia account for this. I think it's just about 2 steps. Just create an email, password, and just we'll just fill up the spaces or whatever they ask for your profile, and that's easy enough. So as you can see, I'm now able to download the SDK Manager. So what I have to do now is to install it. So what I'm going to do, right, to install is I'm going to go to my terminal, right? I'm going to go to my terminal and look for where what's it called, where my downloads are. So where am I? And let me check. So you see, I'm going to cd into downloads, and I'm pretty sure it's there. All right. So as you can see, it is right here. There it is, SDK Manager. So I'm just going to install it by saying sudo apt install dot slash. The dot slash is to signify or tell Linux that, look, I want to install something in my directory, not from the internet. So as you can see, it's SDK. I'm going to press tab and it completes the thing for me, and I'm going to press enter. I'm going to put my password, and installation begins. Okay, so I think it's installed, but I don't know what this is. Download is performed on sandbox as root file. Download SDK Manager can be accessed by apt. Permission denied. Let's have a look and see if it's the SDK. All right, so it's there. I don't know what that was, but okay. So I just search for it and I have my SDK Manager. So let's open it. So the system does not meet the minimum requirements. The memory space equal or larger than 8 GB is recommended. Please reduce concurrent file download in SDK Manager settings for a better experience. Do you wish to continue? Yes, I do wish to continue. And here we have our Nvidia SDK Manager. All right, so now we have that. What is the next thing to do? The next thing to do is they even put a way of doing it on Ubuntu. I should have just done this. All right, so next thing is connect the hardware, the target hardware, right? So connect the target hardware. What is this? Okay, first time using SDK Manager. When using SDK Manager for the first time, log in with Nvidia developer credentials. So I guess I have to log in first. Okay, let's log in. So I'm just going to log in here, and if you're following along, I guess you should too as well. Okay, so I have successfully logged in. So the next thing, now wait, hold on, let me see what's going to be next. So I've logged in. Said thank you for using Nvidia SDK Manager. You may now close this window. All right, so let's close the window because we don't need that anymore. So next thing, I've done this already. So connect the target hardware. All right, so I'm going to connect the target hardware using my my USB. So my USB, you can see this. My USB will go. Let's put it here. Shocking. Let's put it here. No, sorry, it's the other way around. What am I doing? So the type C USB-C will go here, right? I hope you can see this. Goes in here, right? You see it goes in there. And then I'm just gonna connect this to my computer. Okay, so it's been connected. So that's the first thing. And now the second thing they said is that I should, while shortening pin 9 and pin 10 of J14 header located below the Jetson, that's what I'm reading here, the Jetson module user using a jumper pin inserts the DC power supply plug into the DC jack of the carrier board to power it on. Okay, let's do that.